From the Auburn Sports Network and Playfly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air. Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
Auburn's RPI is number 6 in the country. To this point of the season, no one has a better strength of schedule than the Tigers. And that continues with Game 3 today against number 3 LSU. Good afternoon, and War Eagle from Sanford Stadium, Hitchcock Field at Plainsman Park. With Brad Law, I'm Andy Burcham. Auburn took the series last night, coming from behind to beat LSU 4-2. Through the first 3 innings, LSU starter Anthony Ianson faced the minimum on 39 pitches. By the time he left the game after the 5th, Auburn had the lead, and he was at 90. Eric Snow's 2-run homer was the game winner. Cade Fisher threw a season-high 5+ innings to notch his first win on the Plains. Auburn goes with freshman right-hander Andres Alvarez today. Seminole, Florida native, 1-0 with an earned run average of 7.50. LSU counters with sophomore right-hander Chase Shores. He's 5-1 with a 4.66 ERA. When we return, the Butch Thompson pregame report. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the Talking Tigers podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. The Talking Tigers podcast is a series of one-on-one interviews hosted by the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. Each week, Andy is joined by a featured guest with Auburn ties from athletics, entertainment, and other walks of life. Past legends and present trailblazers, insightful and entertaining. It's the Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts today.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with our exclusive pregame conversation with head coach Butch Thompson.
Heyday Saturday was one to remember for this ball club. Over 7,200 on hand, and coming from behind and winning the series against LSU yesterday.
Yeah, it was good. You know, Miles, the great shortstop, hit the solo home run, but everybody just kind of kept their wits about them. And Cade Fisher kept pitching, probably his best, longest outing for us, and stated it. And Ike again, gets off one of those big early swings to get us back going. And then Eric Snow's 2-run homer was a difference maker. And then, Cade worked out of his own jam. Armstrong come in and got us a double play. And then Hetchler, he's been great for us. And he pitches out of their second bases loaded jam. Then LSU out hits us by 1, but the big swing and really the pitchers, the reason why we were able to go low yesterday and be able to win 4-2 is just because those guys did a great job of pitching through jams and passing the baton. But the crowd was electric. The crowd is energy, but the players really went out and committed to executing a pretty good plan.
First time through the order, Ianson faced the minimum, and the second time through the order was so different. What was the difference for the Auburn offense second time through the order?
We're committing to some things, and that's what we'll have to do today to have a chance. But thought Anderson was the same way. He had his breaking ball set to start the game. And I think he struck out Ike in the first, and that thing was so late and sharp. I'm like, whoa. Felt the same way with Ianson yesterday. But when you stay committed, even if it don't work one time, if you lose a battle, doesn't mean you have to win the war. And I thought our second time through the lineup, the things that we stayed committed to, because sometimes when somebody gets you, here you go adjusting. If you're not committed to truly what you're doing, we stayed on the commitment. And second time around, we just started adjusting and having more competitive at-bats.
And you made mention just where it looked like the wheels were about to come off and they get the bottom third of their order and they load the bases. And then Cade works out of that jam and gets the strikeout of Chris Stanfield. That turned out to be a turning point, not only for him, I thought for Auburn in the ball.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it was crazy. We used defensive momentum to get our first run in the ball game, and it just continued. I think the second time we got out of it, when Hetzel was dumped into the game there in the seventh, when he got that third out, the guys flew off the field. I think they could sense that was a moment, a winning moment potentially in the ball game.
You mentioned in the postgame last night that you hadn't come to a decision with regard to your starter. So talk about how you pitch it here today as you try and win this one this afternoon against LSU.
Yeah, we're going to try to go just like last Sunday against Alabama, and that'll be Alvarez, and really trying to win that first inning. Didn't go win a second, but he won the first inning last week, and just hopefully, we got a freshman between him and Chatterton have been getting those game 3 starts, true freshmen. Every time they get to taste this and every time they get to taste success, confidence will be breeded. Alvarez, Chatterton, we think these are guys that are going to be great pitchers for us moving forward and already contributing. Hopefully Alvarez will get us off to a good start today and will make a difference and be there for us. But, this will be a lot of guys today. This will be, you'll probably see a Graves. You'll see a Watts who threw so good finishing the game at Georgia Tech. Tilly, just didn't have it the other night, but that's been one of our best relievers. So it's a positive now that it's Sunday because now it makes him available for the ball game. Jackson Sanders, we got a whole group there because the guys have done a good job the first 2 games. So we have enough. But to LSU's credit, and the reason why they're so hard to sweep is, we're going to see Shore's a really good arm. They got great starter every day, like they have the first 2 days, and they have held Cowan, they have held Evans, 2 of their top relievers because we've done good work and got ahead in the ball game. So sweeps what everybody ought to come to the ballpark and be yelling for. Our guys have got to stay committed to the at-bats because we're still going to see 3 of their 5 best arms here on day 3. We'll have to get through that and keep having to be committed to at-bats, and some pitchers have really got to step up. You used a Myers and a Hetchler already in this series, so we've got our work cut out for us, but we're going to give it everything we got.
No question that everybody has been locked in the first 2 games, from the dugout to the stands with the record crowds on the first 2 days here.
There's no doubt. Everybody's having a blast. This is an environment that, coming here as an opponent for years, and then being the head coach here and being an assistant here and just seeing where this is at in the middle of SEC season, SEC play. This is incredible. And this thing's built out to what it looks like at the top spots in our league. And I don't know, it's just I don't have the words for it, but it's an amazing feeling, and the guys are thriving off of it.
All the best today. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Oh, by the way, Ivan's no longer on the project. His wife got a new job, so they're moving across the country.
Robin's top researcher is deviating to a new market. This isn't standard.
And now we're short-staffed. Who's going to finish all these projects?
She needs a cluster of new data analysts, and there's no margin for error.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
It's a great day to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take the steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunization. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccine. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn Baseball because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
Hi, it's me, your USPS Ground Advantage shipment. Just left the warehouse and hitting the road.
I know. Just got the notification.
Great. Smooth sailing so far. I'm almost there.
Yes, I know. I get all the updates.
Made it. Safe and sound.
I know.
Well, did you know I was with USPS the whole time?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Keep your business in the know with USPS Ground Advantage service. Visit USPS.com/in-the-know.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
The visitors from LSU are 31-5 overall, 10-4 in the SEC. Here's the lineup Jay Johnson will use to try to salvage Game 3 of this series. Derek Carriel, the left fielder, at the top of the lineup. First baseman Jared Jones hits second. They've moved Josh Pearson around all weekend. The DH hits third today. The cleanup man is the second baseman Daniel Dickinson. Hitting fifth and playing shortstop, it's Stephen Milam. Jake Brown gets the call in right field. He'll hit sixth. Luis Hernandez catches and bats seventh. Michael Braswell, the third, plays third and hits eighth. And rounding out the Fighting Tigers order, Chris Stanfield in center field. Again, Carriel, Jones, Pearson, Dickinson, Milam, Brown, Hernandez, Braswell, and Stanfield. Now for your Auburn Tigers, Butch Thompson squad, 25-10 overall, 8-6 in the SEC. Familiar lineup as the Tigers play for the sweep. It's Eric Snow at second base leading off. Then Chris Rimbert DHing and batting second. And Ike Irish, the right fielder, hitting third. Cleanup man is first baseman Cooper McMurray. He's followed by Bub Terrell in left field hitting fifth. Eric Guevara at third base batting sixth. Bristol Carter, the center fielder, bats seventh. Hitting eighth and catching, it's Chase Fralick. Batting ninth and playing short, Derek Fabian. Again, for your hometown Tigers, Snow, Rembert, Irish, McMurray, Terrell, Guevara, Carter, Fralick, and Fabian. Auburn takes the field. We'll give you first pitch on a glorious Sunday afternoon on the Plains after one final pregame timeout. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Enjoy baseball and softball season on the Plains with live sports radio presented by Alpha Insurance. Auburn Sports Network broadcasts are available with no delay at both Plainsman Park and Jane B. Moore Field. Every grand slam, stolen base, and strikeout, yours with no delay. Look for the live sports radio kiosk around the ballpark. Live sports radio lets you take the broadcast with you at every football game, plus home men's and women's basketball games, baseball, and softball. Live sports radio presented by Alpha Insurance.
Since Auburn Bank opened in 1907, we've been tested by world wars, pandemics, and plenty of troubled times. Through it all, we've not only survived, but thrived by staying true to our core values of sound money management and putting our customers first. And just as surely as more challenges will come, we'll meet them the way we always have, with your confidence and our experience. Auburn Bank, champions of you. Member FDIC, online at auburnbank.com.
Recognized by Newsweek as one of America's best maternity care hospitals, East Alabama Health provides comprehensive treatment for mothers and babies throughout Auburn, Opelika, and the East Alabama region. And starting with the 2024 football season, we're pleased to partner with Auburn Athletics to provide a special Aubie blanket to each baby born at our hospital through a program we call Tiger Tots. For all your maternity care needs, trust the experts at East Alabama Health.
The Southeastern Conference. It's the land of legends, the places, the faces, and moments.
And he's going for it. It's a touchdown!
We've seen the confetti fall again and again. We're not done. It's time for the next generation to make their mark and go from 14 deep to 16 strong. It's a whole new ball game in the SEC, and it just means more.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by the Alabama Department of Public Health. Don't wait. Vaccinate. Protect yourself and others by staying current on all recommended vaccines. Cook's Pest Control, keeping your home and business safe from pests and termites since 1928. And by Alabama Power, proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers. Alabama Power, power for a better Alabama.
The Auburn Tigers have taken the field defensively. Bub Terrell in left, Bristol Carter in center, Ike Irish in right field. Along the infield from first to third, it's Cooper McMurray, Eric Snow, Derek Fabian, and Eric Guevara. And Chase Freilich now behind the plate. Once again, he's become the standard back there for the Tigers this season. And Andreas Alvarez gets the start for Auburn today. 5'10", 192, freshman right-hander out of Seminole, Florida. Alvarez 1-0 in 8 appearances, 4 starts, an earned run average of 7.5, 24 innings, 28 hits, 20 earned runs, 10 walks, 21 strikeouts. Team's hitting .295 against Alvarez with 4 doubles, 2 homers. He's thrown 4 wild pitches and hit 3 batters. .295 the average against him overall. And in SEC play, teams are hitting .279 against Alvarez in 10 1/3 innings. The earned run average up to a little more than 9.5 in SEC play. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Auburn has taken the first 2 games of this series. Tigers looking for a sweep today. And here to get it started for us, as always, the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Brad, thank you very much. First pitch weather forecast brought to you by Blue Moon. Everything becomes brighter every sip of the Belgian-style wheat ale, crafted with Valencia orange peel and coriander. Plus, try the new Blue Moon Light and Blue Moon non-alcoholic. Check your local store for Blue Moon. Made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. 70 degrees at game time. Wind out of the south-southwest at 4 miles an hour. And sunny skies above as Auburn gets set to face LSU. Tigers with the white trousers, the orange jerseys, the blue numerals and lettering, and the white trim. LSU with the white trousers and the gold jerseys, white lettering, and the purple numeral or purple lettering. Auburn with the blue ball caps and the orange AU across the front in the first pitch to Carriel is low for ball 1. 3 for 10 on the weekend, no homer or no runs batted, no runs scored and an RBI. Alvarez, the wind in the 1-0 pitch. Hit misses low, 2 balls and no strikes. Carriel hitting .368, 3 homers, 30 runs batted in.
You mentioned no runs scored. That stuck out to me, too, looking at the numbers from the weekend. He's top 5 in the SEC in runs scored. Quintessential leadoff man.
2-0 pitch. Strike call. Ronnie Teague works the plate today. Jordan Farrell at first. Nathan Huber at second. And Chuck Pack is down at third. Carriel, Jones, and Pearson. The first 3 for LSU. The 2-1. Strike 2.
Alvarez last week against Alabama in the finale. 3 runs on 2 hits and 2 walks in 2 2/3 innings. He threw 44 pitches. That was his first start since UAB a month earlier, March 5th.
2-2 pitch to Carriel. Line drive into right, long run for Irish. He's there to make the catch. It hung up a bit.
Yep.
And we're underway at Plainsman Park.
Nice job by Alvarez. He fell behind, and then 2-2. Curiel maybe looking for a fastball there. Instead, he got that changeup. And if Alvarez can take advantage of the aggressiveness of these LSU batters with that changeup. We saw yesterday Fisher was able to get some underneath swings with his changeup. Alvarez will try to replicate that here this afternoon.
Here is Jared Jones. Talented first baseman is 1 for 10 this weekend, and he is hit by the first pitch. It was a changeup at 78. And LSU has a runner aboard here in the first.
They had 3 guys hit in yesterday's game, and they were those were the innings that they threatened most.
And now Josh Pearson to the plate. The DH today had been playing in right field for the weekend, 2 for 5 with a run scored. He's batting .304 on the season. 5 homers and 23 runs batted in it. Keep an eye on Jones at first. He has 4 stolen bases in 5 attempts.
LSU's been hit 59 times now this year. They've hit 30.
Pitch on the way to Pearson is in there for a strike. He is one of the guys that has been hit the most this season, but he is right on top of the plate from the left side.
I don't know that I've seen anyone this year be that over. I mean, his toes they're not over the other side of the line, but they're on the line.
He's been hit 12 times this year. Curveball, strike 2.
Yeah, including twice in this series.
No balls and 2 strikes to Pearson. 1 out, a runner at first for LSU in the top of the first. Tigers won here. Auburn's Tigers won 8-4 on Friday, 4-2 last night. Now the 0-2 pitch. Fastball up and away at 93. A ball and 2 strikes to Pearson. Daniel Dickinson on deck for LSU. Outfield play straight away. Infield back looking for 2. A ball and 2 strikes to Pearson. Stretch and the pitch. Ooh, just missed low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Tried the high fastball, tried to come back with the lower fastball, and left it a little too far down.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Pearson. Jones with his lead at first. He bluffs the pitch. Pounded foul toward the LSU dugout.
Left-handed hitter. They play him to pull on the infield, but Snow a little more at the regular spot at second. That means there's a pretty big hole on that right side.
2-2 pitch. Just missed the inside corner.
That was even better than the one that was a little bit low.
It sure was.
That's a tight zone to start the ball game.
Count goes full to Pearson. Is Jones off with this pitch, a throw over, and he dives back safely.
He's only tried 1 stolen base in league play so far.
I think he's going. They've got him picked off. Throw to second base. Fabian will run him back to first, and he's tagged out by McMurray.
Nice.
2 down.
You were right.
One, 3, 6, 3. 2 outs. And now a full count to Pearson. Wind and delivery. Ground ball foul.
That's Andrea's second pickoff this year. Well, it has the potential to give you a good bit of momentum. You wipe out an early base runner.
And a free base runner at that.
Yeah.
3-2 pitch. Popped up. Left side of the infield. Who wants this one? How about Guevara? Inning over. Just to the left of the mound. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left for LSU in the top of the first. Auburn comes to the plate at Plainsman Park. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Auburn baseball pitching coach Everett Tiefert.
We really had a great fall. I love what we did as far as trying to grow as a group, which I think was definitely a point of emphasis for us. You know, we did morning practice where, you know, coaches went and had breakfast with the guys. So we really spent a lot of time really bringing our guys together. We had them at our houses. You know, I had all the pitchers over to my house. Gabe had all the hitters over to his house. We're talented, but coming together as a team is what we need. And I think we did a good job of that. We do have a lot of talent, and I feel like I did a better job getting them prepared for the season than maybe I did last year.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
Nothing for LSU in the top of the first. Here's what the Fighting Tigers put on the field defensively. Derek Carriel in left field, Chris Stanfield in center, and Jake Brown in right. Along the infield from first to third, Jared Jones, Daniel Dickinson, Stephen Milam, Michael Braswell III. Luis Hernandez is the catcher. And Chase Shores, big guy on the mound for LSU, a right-hander out of Midland, Texas. Seems like everybody from Midland, Texas is 6'6" or taller and 240 or stronger. In Shore's case, he's 6'8", 252. 6'8", 252. Redshirt sophomore right-hander. Shore's on the year 5-1 with a 4.66 earned run average, 8 starts, 36 2/3 innings, 41 hits, 19 earned runs, 18 walks, 39 strikeouts. Teams are batting .287 against Chase Shores. He's hit 3 batters, thrown a wild pitch, and balked once. In SEC play, the earned run average jumps up to almost 6.5. He's given up 12 earned runs in 16 2/3 innings. He's averaging just a hair over 4 innings per SEC start. Shores goes to work against Snow, Rembert, and Irish.
Fastball slider change. First pitch is a fastball in there at 95 to Eric Snow.
With a little bite on it there at the end.
His fastball will get up to 98. 0-1. Missed outside. A ball and a strike to Shore. He had the big hit for Auburn last night, a 2-run homer that turned out to be the difference in an Auburn 4-2 win. 1-1. In there for a strike.
Boy, Eric did not think so.
Well, I think he thought it was low, Brad.
Yeah, that is what he thought, and especially after one of the top of the inning calls.
1-2 the count. Wind and pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch that was down. That was the slider. And there's one out for Auburn in the first.
Fastball in the upper 90s, slider in the upper 80s. He'll throw a changeup, 88 to 91. Mercy.
But he is primarily fastball slider guy. Over 90% of his pitches are either the fastball or the slider.
First 2 hitters are righties. Look for the lefties. Lefties hitting .357 against him.
There's Rembert, first pitch, inside with a fastball at 97.
Righties 120 points lower at 237.
Good weekend for Chris. He's 4 for 8. A run scored, a run batted in. The 1-0. Took something off of that one. That was the changeup, and it missed high. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Rembert.
Change up at 83. That's a little below what his normal register is.
They play Rembert to pull the 2-0. It misses low, 3-0.
Good eye. He's up to 364 in league play.
Set up inside on this 3-0 pitch to Rembert. And it's ball 4. So like LSU in the top of the inning, Auburn gets a free base with the second batter, Rembert aboard, and now Irish to the plate. Ike is 2 for 8 this weekend. He's driven home 4. He's scored twice. His 2 base hits have both been big base hits this weekend.
They have. Birds flying high. The dugout does the celebration there to encourage Ike.
Rembert to lead at first. Stretch. And the pitch. It missed low with the fastball at 97.
And Ronnie Teague is hearing it from the LSU dugout now. These are very, very close.
0-1 Irish. Open stands from the left side. Pitch. Ball 2 inside. That is 6 straight outside the strike zone for Chase Shores.
I would be surprised if Auburn is running with Rembert. He's been thrown out a couple of times this weekend trying to steal.
4 for 7 this season. Pitch. Irish takes a strike.
I think he just needed to see one again.
Outfield straightaway and deep with Irish at the plate. Carriel right at the edge of the warning track and left, and Stanfield almost out of sight in center. 2-1. Slider for a strike. I think both of these teams right now are struggling to identify the strike zone of Ronnie Teague.
Yep, he's not instilling confidence in either side here in the first inning.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Irish. Shores stretches and pitches. Up the left side, foul by about 6 inches outside the third base bag.
97-mile-an-hour fastball. Yep, if he's a fraction of a second earlier on that, that's an RBI double. He's had 1 hit in each of the first 2 games of the series, but it's been a big one each time.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Rembert at first, 1 out for Auburn. Bottom of the first, there is no score. 2-2 pitch. Left side out of play. Above and over the Tiger Terrace toward the parking deck.
Hit off the side of the parking deck there. Level 3.
Rembert gets his lead at first. 2-2 to Irish from Shores, headed home. Swing on a fly ball to left. Curiel back at the warning track, and it's off the wall. Rembert's going to get to third, and Irish is going to get to second on a double. Second and third, and 1 out for Auburn.
Such easy opposite field power for Ike Irish. He threw him a breaking ball. He hung a slider, and Ike was able to go up and get it. After back-to-back fastballs, he was ready for the slider. A really nice job of base running by Rembert, too. He read the ball. He read Curiel. He was at second when the ball ricocheted off the wall.
It hit the Tim Hudson jersey out there. I think Curiel may have had a chance to make the catch. As it stands, Auburn has runners at second and third. The shift is on for the left-handed hitting Cooper McMurray, and an opportunity for Auburn to break on top here in the first. The pitch inside, ball 1.
Cooper has 3 hits this weekend. 2 of them have been opposite field singles, where the shortstop vacated in the shift.
Catcher comes out, second baseman, and the third baseman come in to talk it over with Shores. That double for Irish, his 8th of the season. And for Auburn on the weekend, that is the Tigers' 7th double. He's at second, Rembert at third. Brad mentioned really good base running to judge where that ball wasn't going to be caught. He was able to get to third on the play. 1 ball and no strikes to count to McMurray, the pitch. Chopper, and off of his foot, he goes down in a heap. Sits up. Gets up. Crowd responds. He's going to walk it off a little bit. Another look at this one. Ooh, inside of his right ankle is where that ball hit. I can understand why he went down on that play. He does not wear one of those braces to protect that front leg and the ankle area.
Butch Thompson a step out of the dugout. He wants to make sure his guy's okay.
Ronnie Teague gave him a little time to gather in.
That's probably not the last back foot slider Cooper is going to see in this at bat, if I had to guess.
A ball and a strike, second and third for Auburn. The pitch. Swing, drive, left field, Curiel on his horse. That's off the wall. 1 run is home. Here comes Irish. 2-0 Auburn on the double by McMurray. 10 on the year for Coop.
Another opposite field double. 3 of Coop's 4 hits this weekend have been going the other way. A really nice job of making adjustments at the plate for the veteran first baseman.
Here's Bub Terrell. Back-to-back opposite field doubles off the wall and left the War Eagle wall. The Tigers on top 2-0. The pitch, Bub takes a fastball low.
The stereotype on a Sunday is you're going to need all the runs you can get. This is really encouraging to see in the first inning. I think there's a warning to Shores for bringing the hand to the mouth and going straight to the ball.
Cooper McMurray at second. His 2-run double has given Auburn a 2-0 lead in the first. 1-0 pitch. Chopper to the right side. Couple hops to Dickinson. He throws to first. Terrell is retired, and McMurray went to third on the play.
Yeah, at the very least, Bub got that runner over to third. Now he can score. He could get there on a pass ball or wild pitch.
And here's Eric Guevara.
Of course, another double from Guevara would also get him home. That'd be fine.
Eric 2 for 6 this weekend, an RBI and a run scored. Batting .295, a couple homers.
LSU's bullpen, Andy, is already populated.
Now, and although Auburn has seen now 9 pitchers with Shores today, they've not seen a lot of the bullpen.
No.
And they've not seen their best closers.
They haven't seen the main bullpen pieces.
Right. Pitch on the way to Eric. Right down the middle for a strike. A changeup at 85. Changeup at 85.
Yeah.
McMurray with the lead at third. Here's the pitch. Chopper, left side. Third baseman Braswell fields and throws. Nicely played. The inning is over. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. A man left for Auburn. We're through 1 at Plainsman Park. And your Auburn Tigers lead 2-0. Stay tuned. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
We move to the second. Auburn on top by a score of 2-0. And the second inning is brought to you by Southern Union. There's a new path to the Plains, and it runs through Southern Union State Community College. Move seamlessly to Auburn to complete a bachelor's degree in selected programs by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently. All at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. With Brad Law and our honorary producer, Jeff Shearer, I'm Andy Burcham. Quinn Brakeen at the controls in Phoenix. Beautiful day for baseball. Auburn with 2 runs in the bottom half of the first. It will be Dickinson, Milam, and Brown, 2, 3, and 4 hitters to face Alvarez in the second. And his 15th pitch drops in for a strike. Andreas off the wind in the 0-1. Miss low. Ball and a strike to Dickinson, 2 for 8 this weekend. Second baseman batting .344, 8 homers, 37 runs batted in. The 1-1 delivery. Bounced up there. 2 balls and a strike to Dickinson. Keep you up to date on Auburn softball, men's and women's tennis playing today in the Masters throughout this. 2-1 pitch, Dickinson. 3-1 the count.
Ain't going to get the low strike today on either side very often.
Yellowwood scoreboard, bottom of the 4th at J.B. Moore Field. 3-0, Georgia on top. Auburn threatens in that inning. 3-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat on the outfield grass, and Fabian calls everybody off and makes the catch.
Fastball, but it was on the outer edge, and Dickinson had to reach across to get it. That took the sting out of the swing, and there's one away.
Women's tennis over at the Yarborough Tennis Center closes its regular season. One of the best regular seasons Auburn's ever had. The Tigers shut out LSU today 4-0 and now get set to host the SEC tournament.
They're looking to make some noise in the postseason.
They certainly are. They could be. Yeah. They really could be at the Yarborough Tennis Center until the NCAA championships.
That's right.
Pitch on the way. Outside to Stephen Milam.
There's also scoring in every other SEC baseball game today already.
1-0 to Milam from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into center. Back is Bristol Carter, about 10 feet in front of the warning track. Actually, right on top of the warning track. Makes the catch. That ball carried.
Yeah. He just kept on shuffling back.
I watched Milam in batting practice, especially yesterday. He's not the biggest guy, but the ball really flies off his bat. He gets some great bat speed. And again, that looked like a routine fly ball that carried Bristol to the edge of the warning track.
And there was no wind helping it either.
2 down. Here's Jake Brown. Pitch on the way. High fly ball into left. Bub Terrell ranges to his right, loses his cap. Doesn't make a difference. He makes the catch. And it's a quick 3 fly-out inning for LSU in the second. Auburn comes to the plate, leading 2-0. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
For 70 years, Max Credit Union has been more than just a financial institution. We've been a part of your community, your milestones, your dreams. At Max, you're not just a customer. You're a member, a neighbor, a friend. So as we celebrate 70 years of trust, service, and financial growth, we want to say thank you. Thank you for choosing Max, and thank you for letting us be a part of your journey. Max Credit Union, 70 years strong and just getting started. Federally insured by NCUA.
Southeastern Industrial Contractors offers the path to a productive and successful career for hard workers of all ages, especially young people looking to jump straight into the workforce. Southeastern Industrial Contractors is now hiring for great-paying skilled trade positions. Managing partner Derek Harville is a proud Auburn University graduate with deep roots in the community. Give him a call at 334-209-6355 to learn more. Southeastern Industrial Contractors, 334-209-6355.
Three fly ball outs for LSU in the top of the second brings the bottom third of the order to the plate in the bottom half of the inning. It'll be Bristol Carter, Chase Fralick, and Derek Fabian to face the hard-throwing right-hander, Chase Shores. Shores walked Chris Rembert on 4 pitches after striking out Snow. Ike Irish worked a 2-2 count, hit a double off Tim Hudson's jersey on the War Eagle wall, and then one batter later on a 1-1 pitch, Cooper McMurray with a slicing double off the same War Eagle wall, scored both Irish and Rembert. Here's Bristol Carter. Auburn center fielder 0 for 6 this weekend and a run scored. Batting .259 on the season, the first pitch. Fastball missed inside.
Yellowwood scoreboard 4 rubber games in the SEC today. Texas leads Kentucky 5-3. They're in the 9th in Lexington.
A little bit high. 2 balls and no strikes to Bristol.
Georgia leads Arkansas 5-3. They're in the bottom of the 7th in Athens.
2-0. Bristol takes ball 3 low.
Mississippi State leads Alabama 2-1 in Tuscaloosa. They're in the bottom of the 5th there, and they're just underway. Bottom of the 1st in Oxford. Tennessee leads Ole Miss 1-0.
3-0 to Carter. Strike call.
And then the other game that is not a rubber game, Oklahoma's already won the series. Vanderbilt leads 1-0 in Norman in the 1st.
3 balls and a strike to Bristol Carter. Shores a long look in. Pitch clock to 6, the pitch. And he walked it, missed low. A leadoff walk to Bristol Carter. And Chase Fralick to the plate. Will Auburn do some running with Bristol, who leads the Tigers with 11 stolen bases?
Very possibly. We know how well Chase handles the bat. It's almost like he goes up there with a 2-strike swing.
We've also seen how well Hernandez throws behind the plate for LSU.
Yeah.
It's a good matchup if Auburn decides to run. And Shores steps off as Bristol puts on the oven mitt. The running gloves.
You know, this strike zone today and the low strike not being there hurts Shores tremendously.
Yeah.
He's thrown a lot of pitches that are just under the knees or at him.
First pitch to Freilich. That was high and outside. There is activity in the LSU bullpen. We see a baseball being tossed back and forth. 1-0 the count. Pitch on the way. Chase up the middle, through for a base hit. Carter around second base. He's going to go to third without a throw. Runners at the corners and nobody out. Didn't need to run him, did they?
No. Well, in left and center, they were playing Freilich very deep, and that ball wasn't hit especially hard. It was just hit perfectly right back up the middle, and big 6'8" Shores couldn't get his glove down on it, and so the middle infielders couldn't get to it either. But it wasn't just a screamer through there, so Stanfield had to come a very long way to get it. No chance to stop Carter from going to third.
And that will bring Jay Johnson, the head coach, out.
He had gone 5 innings, 4 innings, 4 innings, and 3 2/3 in his first 4 SEC starts. And Auburn may, we'll see. Johnson, he doesn't always bring the hook, but he is the guy who brings the hook when the hook is to be brought.
They call him Captain Hook.
Do they?
No, I just made that up.
And he does not bring the hook this time, or he keeps it in his back pocket.
Right. Auburn has runners at the corners. Nobody out here in the second, trying to add to a 2-0 lead, and Derek Fabian at the plate. Derek 1 for 7 with a run scored this weekend. Freilich from first and Carter from third. Here's a stretch in the pitch. Fabian tried or showed bunt and took a strike.
It's not a bad idea. He has 3 sacrifice bunts in SEC play this year.
The call comes from Gabe Gross, just outside the Auburn dugout, to the Auburn offense. Runners at the corners and nobody out. Stretch in the pitch. Fabian to the shortstop. Could be 2. They flip the second for 1 to first. It is a double play, and Carter scores. And the Tigers now lead 3-0.
2 of Auburn's 3 runs have scored after reaching on walks. Tigers very early making LSU pay for free base runners.
2 down. Nobody on for Auburn, and here's Eric Snow. A strikeout victim in the first, as Auburn starts the second time through the order against Chase Shores, and Auburn now leads 3-0. Wind in the pitch. Outside for ball 1. Herrick 3 for 10 this weekend. He scored 3 times, driven home 2 runs. 1-0 pitch. Swing, got a miss.
That slider effective against him. He doesn't strike out very often, but he was guessing wrong a couple of times in that first inning.
1-1. Fouled it off at the plate. Counts the ball and 2 strikes. Two outs and nobody on. A run home for Auburn in the second. Auburn leads 3-0 against LSU. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Missed the outside corner. Hernandez tried to bring it in. 2-2 the count.
1 swing and miss already in the at-bat by Snow on that pitch. That time it was too far out. He laid off.
2-2. Ball 3 up and in. He will be north of 30 pitches by the time this inning comes to a close. 3-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Threw the slider away. Snow is down on strikes for the second time today. A run on a hit. No errors and no one left. We're through 2. Auburn 3, LSU nothing. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Don't stop planning for your future. Don't stop investing in your kids' education. Don't stop dreaming of that new home. And don't stop growing your business. Whatever you're passionate or dreaming about, don't stop. Because when you have a bank you can trust, you have the confidence to take on tomorrow. Speak with a Trustmark associate today for advice on achieving your goals. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Auburn baseball. Back to more of the Tigers and LSU.
We go to the top of the third, and Auburn leads LSU 3-0. And today's third inning, as every third inning is brought to you by the Vance Law Firm, where the phone number is easy to remember. They say dial 3 for me, 334-333-3333. Goo Goo Dolls?
No, Blink 182.
I'm blind to the music of this era.
It's okay. That's why you got me here.
I recognize the song, but yeah, that's about it.
All right.
That will be my standard answer to every 90s music question. Goo Goo Dolls? And I'll say it with a question mark at the end.
I look forward to the second half of SEC play.
There's Luis Hernandez. First pitch to him. This is low from Alvarez. A ball and no strikes to the LSU catcher. Batting .284, 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. 0 for 6 on the weekend with a run score. Pitch on the way.
Ah, goodness.
Must have been in. 2 balls and no strikes. Alvarez shakes off the sign. Winds in the 2-0 pitch. Missed that one outside, 3-0. Hit a batter in the first, but then picked him off from first base. Got 3 5-ball outs in the second. Has fallen behind Hernandez, 3-0, the pitch. Fastball at 92, right down the pipe, 3-1. Bottom third of the order for LSU in the top of the third. Here's the 3-1 to Hernandez. And he lost it. Missed a little out, maybe a little down. A leadoff walk for LSU. First walk surrendered by Andreas Alvarez.
And only the 7th of the weekend. One of the big keys when LSU has lost or they've won close, because there are not a lot of games that are in that category. Just a handful of walks. Yesterday, only 2 walks. It was the 5th time this year LSU was walked 2 or fewer times in a game.
Here's Michael Braswell III, getting the start for a second straight day. Right-handed hitter, and the pitch. Bounced up there. Nice backhand stab on a hop by Fralick. A ball and no strikes to out to Braswell. 1 for 2 on the weekend, batting .246 this season. No homers and 9 runs batted in. Derek Fabian comes in from short, and Chase Fralick is out from behind the plate.
He had a lot of uppercut swings on the fastball off the end of the bat last inning. He's gone with a little more of the breaking ball here in the third. Wonder if they may try to go back to that fastball changeup combo.
Hernandez with his lead at first. The pitch. Popped up right side. Ike Irish ranging in. Snow ranging out. And Irish wisely takes it for the first out.
Yeah, he didn't immediately call that ball off. Ike wanted to make sure he had the right read on it. And ultimately did give Eric plenty of time to tail off.
We're in Jacksonville Tuesday night following the Bradlaugh Parade. Jacksonville State will be on the air at 5:45.
Can't even get my sister to come to the game.
It's not a big parade, Brad.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there is no parade.
Here's Chris Stanfield. Pitch on the way to Chris. Fly ball to center. Bristol Carter back and over. In front of the Coca-Cola sign makes the catch. 2 outs. Got it just enough in on the hands, Brad.
Yeah, he's using the east-west part of the strike zone really well, and he's getting those fly ball swings on the fastball. That's been the most effective out pitch so far. You got 5 straight, make it 6 straight out. No, I'm sorry. He doesn't have a ground ball out today, does he?
No.
All the outs have been fly ball outs or the pickoff.
Right. Top of the order, and here's Derek Curiel. Lined it to Irish and right to open the ball game. Hernandez back to first, 2 down in the inning. Stretch and the pitch. There is a strike. We've seen enough of Jeff Shearer in the booth, apparently. He has been expelled. 0-1. Line drive into right. That's going to get down for a hit on a hop to Ike Irish. First base hit of the day for LSU, and it brings Jared Jones to the plate with runners at first and second and 2 outs here in the third.
That was a breaking ball. Hung up there a little bit over the middle of the plate, and Curiel was ready for it. You can't abandon the breaking ball completely, and so he varied away from the fastball, and Curiel was ready.
Jones at the plate was hit by the first pitch he saw in the first inning. It was a breaking ball, and then he was eventually picked off from first. Stretch in the pitch. Didn't get the call on that breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. 11 homers and 50 runs batted in for Jones, batting .367. Stretch and delivery. Fly ball to center. Carter is back. He's at the warning track, and the inning comes to a close. Boy, he didn't miss it by much, did he?
No, he didn't.
No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left for LSU. We're going to the bottom of the third, and Auburn leads the Fighting Tigers 3-0. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the Talking Tigers podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. The Talking Tigers podcast is a series of one-on-one interviews hosted by the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham. Each week, Andy is joined by a featured guest with Auburn ties from athletics, entertainment, and other walks of life. Past legends and present trailblazers, insightful and entertaining. It's the Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham. Like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts today.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
2, 3, and 4 hitters for Auburn in the third. Tigers lead LSU 3-0. A 2-run double in the first by Cooper McMurray, and a run scored on a double play ball for Auburn in the second. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Tigers. Andres Alvarez, through the first 3 innings, has shut out LSU on a base hit. And a ton of fly ball outs. We were talking during the break. Whatever Alvarez is throwing on that fastball, especially the right-hand hitters, there must be just enough run that it's getting just down on the handle a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's Rembert. The first pitch is inside for ball 1. That was the changeup at 86.
He has not seen a strike yet.
Walked on 4 pitches and scored in the first. Pitch on the way. That's upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Irish and McMurray to follow here in the third. 2-0 delivery. Hit him. Fastball at 93, and it got him flush. Down on the back hip.
Both previous free base runners came around to score. We'll see if the Tigers can make them pay again here.
And one of those was Rembert in the first. That's the fourth hit batter of the year for Shores. And it brings Irish to the plate, and Jay Johnson is out.
The two big, we talk about the best relievers or the biggest relievers that they have. Zach Cowan, 11 outings, 4 saves, a 0.92 ERA. And Kason Evans, 1-0 with a .77 and 6 saves.
We're going to see the 10th pitcher of the weekend for LSU in this LSU Pepper Tree pitching change for a new level of taste. Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree. For the best wine selection, the finest cuts of meat, visit Pepper Tree in Auburn and Opelika, and online at Steaks and Wine. Steaks, the letter N, wine.com. Time now for the pitching change. Brought to you by Pepper Tree.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like cookouts, cornhole with friends, ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad, the one with the feta, oh, sorry, or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
The new pitcher for LSU is Zach Cowan, number 26, C-O-W-A-N, Cowan, a transfer from Wofford, originally from Blythewood, South Carolina, 5'11", 203, right-hander and a junior, and his numbers are excellent, 11 appearances, all in relief, a 2-0 record, and a 0.92 earned run average. Get these numbers: 29 and a third innings, 29 and a third, 15 hits, 6 runs, only 3 of them earned, 5 walks, 40 strikeouts.
How many?
40. 3 doubles, 1 homer allowed. He has thrown 2 wild pitches. Teams are batting 144 against Zach Cowan. In SEC play, teams are only batting 118. 3 walks, 21 strikeouts in 14 2/3 innings. He's given up 1 earned run on 6 hits in 5 appearances. He has 3 saves, no record, and a 0.61 earned run average. So he's been better against SEC hitters than he has outside of conference play. Zach Cowan is on for LSU. Auburn did a really good job against Shores. 2 innings, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks. He struck out 2 and hit 1. 40 pitches, half for strikes for Shores on the afternoon.
It's a season low as far as the length of the outing for Shores. His previous low, 3 2/3 innings against Missouri. In that game, he gave up 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 innings here today. And Ike Irish is the first to face the right-hander, Zach Cowan.
A lot of change-ups from Cowan, especially to left-handers. Fastball, slider, change.
The shift is on as Cowan stretches and pitches. Ike showed bunt and took it high and outside, and Hernandez had to come out of the crouch to keep Rembert at first base.
Lefty's hitting a blistering 192 against Cowan. Righty's hitting 040.
A ball and no strikes to Irish. Left side of the infield is open. And that one misses low. 2 balls and no strikes to count.
That was I think it was the change at 80.
Rembert, the last man to face Shores, walked to lead off the third. Now 2-0 to Irish. Here's the pitch. Tried to hold up. Pitch was called a strike anyway. 2 balls and a strike.
And now Ike's got a beat on that changeup. My prediction, if he throws it again, Irish will be ready for it.
Shift on the right side of the infield. Third baseman Braswell, where he typically is. Everything wide open on that left side of the infield. Here's the pitch. Chopper foul off of the foot of Irish and up the first base line. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the 2 pitches for strikes from Cowan have both been of the off-speed variety. Runner at first for Auburn, nobody out in the Auburn third. And now more of the conventional shift with Braswell over where the shortstop typically is. 2-2 pitch to Ike Irish. Here it is. Pop him up. Right up the chute. Left side of the infield. Cowan, the pitcher, makes the catch. Fighting off the high sky here. Braswell was so far over at short, he really didn't get to the ball in time, and the pitcher had to take one out.
And after that second changeup, Irish didn't get another one. He got a couple of fastballs. Ultimately got under the last one.
Here's Cooper McMurray with the shift on, and the third baseman typically where he is. Rembert gets his lead at first as Cowan comes set. And a throw over, and he's back. Pretty good move over there by Cowan. Pretty quick move over there by Cowan. LSU has a squad, just one pickoff this season. That was the Friday night starter, Kate Anderson. But not in that game. Pitch on the way. Outside. A ball and no strikes to McMurray. Doubled home the first 2 runs of the game in the first inning.
They continue to play him in that shift.
And the outfield is straight away and deep. Actually, Stanfield plays him to pull and center the pitch. Held up on a ball that was down and appeal to third. Is it coming?
Nope.
2-0 the count.
Much to the chagrin of the LSU dugout, I think. I don't think he went.
But they were chagrined.
Yes, they were.
Rembert with the lead at first. Here's the 2-0. McMurray takes a strike on the outside corner.
And now he has seen that changeup.
And even on that strike call, the home plate umpire is hearing it from the pitching coach, Nate Yeske. 2 balls and a strike to McMurray. Cowan stretches and pitches. McMurray sends one into center. Stanfield has this one measured and makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Well, Cowan has come in and gotten fly ball outs for both Irish and McMurray. And that'll bring Bub Terrell to the plate for Auburn. Bub is 3 for 8 on the weekend with a couple runs scored. Average sitting at .307 with 4 homers and 21 runs batted in. Stretch by Cowan. Rembert gets his lead at first. The pitch. Fastball for a strike.
We talk about these freshmen, Terrell, Freilich, and Rembert. And sometimes you get into SEC play and things start to slip a little bit. That is not the case with these 3 guys.
2 down, Rembert at first. 0-1 the count to Bub Terrell. Stretch and pitch. Swing, fly ball, or line drive to left. Curiel to his right, and he makes the catch. And a nice job of pitching by Zach Cowan after the leadoff walk. No runs, no hits, no errors. A man left for Auburn. 3 in the books at Plainsman Park. Auburn leads LSU 3-0. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
O'Reilly. Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
Through 3. Auburn 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. LSU no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We go to the 4th, and to take you through the middle 3, here's the always productive Brad Law.
Thanks, Andy.
You're welcome.
Pearson, Dickinson, and Milam, 3, 4, 5 hitters against Andreas Alvarez. 34 pitches for Alvarez. Pearson popped up to third his first time. Tigers on the road for their next 4. It is a 4-game, 6-day trek next week.
Have you chosen the color of the Ford F-150 in your parade?
Actually, they'll play 4 games in 5 days. Wednesday will be the only day without a game.
At Jacksonville State, I'm talking about.
Pearson bats from the left side here. Alvarez goes to work against him here in the 4th.
Might want to think about it.
It's the pitch. Bounced a breaking ball up there, 1-0. 3-0 Auburn on top.
I believe the key right now for Alvarez through 3 innings, he's been really good, but he's got to keep getting the ball down. As many fly ball outs, they're looking to pound it today, LSU.
And you know LSU is going to start looking primarily for the fastball, too. It's probably why I started Pearson with a breaking ball. Throws him the fastball here, and it's popped up and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. They have been underneath every time when he's thrown that fastball as an out pitch here this afternoon. A lot of fly ball outs. A couple of them pretty deep. I mean, they've chased Bristol Carter back to the warning track a couple of times. And this is a home run hitting LSU squad. Pearson right on top of the plate. Rolls a bat in his hands. And there's a breaking ball that missed somewhere. 2-1. Maybe a little up. Bright sunshine, beautiful weather. It's been a gorgeous weekend. And a record-setting weekend here at Plainsman Park. Tigers trying to finish it off in style today. 2-1 pitch. Fastball, ski right 2.
Underneath the hands. Pearson crowds the plate so much, and it's paid off for him. I mean, he's been hit 12 times this year.
Yep.
But if you can get that fastball on the inside corner.
Throw him another fastball here. Here's the 2-2. He does, and it's chopped to second on a couple of hops. Snow gloves and throws, and there's the first ground out of the game for LSU. 1 away in the 4th.
Nice job to include the infield there, Andreas.
Keep those guys on their toes back there.
Auburn and LSU are playing in 3 different sports today.
Yeah.
Women's tennis already beat LSU 3-0. Men's tennis is playing at LSU and leads 3-2 down in Baton Rouge. And baseball on top of LSU here in the 4th, 3-0.
Daniel Dickinson, the second baseman. The Daniel Dickinson steps in. First pitch to him, hit him. Breaking ball. Hit him up on the upper back, shoulder area.
Well, that's the second hit batter of the day for Alvarez, and both right-handed hitters and both breaking balls just got away from him. Happened to Jones in the 1st, to Dickinson here in the 3rd or the 4th, and both times have come with 1 out in the inning.
So here's Stephen Milam, who homered in yesterday's game, a 2-run homer.
Hit it right-handed, switch hitter. He hit it over the War Eagle wall and left. With a righty on the hill today for Auburn, he switches and goes to the left hand.
He flied out to deep center his first time today. First pitch to him, breaking ball outside, 1-0. Started to be a pattern now from Alvarez. First pitch breaking ball. Has not been able to land the first 3 in this inning for strikes. Working into the 4th. Been a good start for Dre so far. Throws to first, no tag applied. But it chased Dickinson back with a head first slide. He's 5 for 6 stolen bases this year. 3 for 3 in conference play. Dickinson gets a good size lead over at first. Alvarez's pitch is a fastball that missed outside, and it's 2-0 to Milam. And now Fralick goes out, tosses the ball back to Alvarez, and the infield gets together to have a discussion. 42 pitches, and here comes Everett Tiefert to join the conversation. Getting to a comparable pitch count here for Alvarez to what he's done the last handful of times out. His start last week against Alabama, 2 2/3 innings. He threw 44 pitches. Then, early in the year, in his first few starts of the season, he threw 74 in his debut against North Alabama, and that remains a season high. He was dynamite that day. Conversation continues. Everett Tiefert talking to Ronnie Teague the last few seconds of this conversation as he leaves the mound and heads back to the dugout. Yeah.
That was curious.
Ends the conversation with...
wasn't animated or anything, but it was...
He left it with like the palms up shrug. Like, I don't know what you want him to do. Well, just speculating. I don't know that that's what he said, but in any event, conversation's over. And the count 2 balls and no strikes to Milam with a runner at first and 1 out in the 4th. The pitch. Fastball, strike. 2-1. That hasn't been a strike very much today, but it was there. And a good first strike for Alvarez. It's 2-1 now to the shortstop. Pitch. Breaking ball. Hit foul off to the right toward the LSU dugout.
Really good pitch. Had him on the front foot. Had him committed to swing.
Evens up the count at 2-2. Auburn leads 3-0. We're in the 4th inning. Crowd gets behind Alvarez. Milam steps back into the box. Wide stance. Right on top of the plate. Here's the pitch. Low with a fastball. 3-2. If Alvarez could get you through the 4th, there is activity. I think that's Griffin Graves.
It's a lefty. I know that.
Yeah. Just started to loosen up. Payoff pitch due Milam on the way. Runner goes. Pitch is low. It's ball 4. So a hit, batter, and a walk with 1 out in the 4th, and LSU has 2 runners on for the 2nd time in as many innings. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. And Jake Brown, the batter. Brown 0 for 3 on the weekend. He flied to left in his first at bat here this afternoon. Auburn protects a 3-0 lead.
It is Griffin Graves in the Auburn bullpen warming up.
Pitch from Alvarez. Bounced up there, blocked by Fralick. 1-0. And now all 4 batters Alvarez has fallen behind. That's different from the first 3 innings. Right-hander comes set. The freshman with 10 on the pitch clock. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0.
Graves is warming up in a hurry.
Yep. Yeah, this inning just looks different from Alvarez. LSU being a little more patient up there, too. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball, flied to right and deep down the line. It is a foul ball. He pulled it just a little bit. 2-1. Really well struck ball by Brown.
Auburn softball within a run now of Georgia. They're in the bottom of the 6th in the rubber game of that series at J.B. Moore Field. 1 out, a runner at first. Auburn trails Georgia 3-2. Georgia scored 3 in the top of the 1st. Auburn trying to come from behind in that one.
Yeah, it's encouraging fight to see there from that team. They've been battling. That hadn't been a problem for them this year. They battle. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Brown takes it for a strike. Off-speed pitch on the inside corner, 2-2. He gave up on it.
Brown has not hit into a double play this season.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Alvarez set. Alvarez fires. Bouncing ball. Right side. McMurray takes it to the bag. That is the only play. That is the safe and smart play to make. And now 2 are down. Runners move up. Dickinson to 3rd. Milam to 2nd. Brown the 2nd out of the inning. And here's Luis Hernandez.
He topped it to Cooper. Really, there was just 1 play. Just take it to the bag and get the out. It was a nice job to come back after falling behind Brown 2-0.
Thought the key pitch in that sequence was
strike
the change up to get strike 2. Yep. Now here's Hernandez, the catcher. He walked his first time. First pitch to him. In there for a strike, a changeup, 0-1. Hernandez 0 for 6 with a couple of strikeouts in the series. He has hit 5 homers this year, has driven in 15. 2 in scoring position. The 0-1 pitch, fastball, strike 2.
Hernandez just shakes his head. Nope, that's too low.
And quite frankly, that's been the zone for the first 3 innings of this game, truthfully. Hernandez, 259 with runners in scoring position. The 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Bouncing ball, too short. Fabian gloves, throws, out.
Nice job. Nice job, Andres Alvarez.
A hit batter and a walk with 1 out. He gets 2 ground outs in a row to get out of the trouble. No runs, no hits, no errors, 2 stranded in scoring position for LSU. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning, still 3-0 Auburn. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Download the new and improved Auburn Game Day app. It's fully customizable to your interests with the new My Auburn tab. Plus, buy tickets, skip concession lines, be a part of game day giveaways, shop the latest Auburn gear, and get live in-game scoring. Plus, listen to every broadcast from the Auburn Sports Network, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously on the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics, the Auburn Game Day app. Download it now.
Children's of Alabama is excited to partner with Auburn Baseball because at Auburn, it's about making a difference on and off the field. The team is thrilled to introduce Hits and Sits, where all proceeds will benefit Children's of Alabama. Step up to the plate and sponsor a home game. You can sign up by visiting bc5foundation.org. Choose a game and a strikeout or a hit. It will be echoed beyond Plainsman Park into the lives of families at Children's of Alabama. Sign up today at bc5foundation.org. War Eagle.
Three 0 Auburn. Before Guevara, Carter, and Freilich come to bat in the 4th inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Now that the FCC is happy, Eric Guevara can step in. He grounded to third his first time. Auburn with 2 runs in the first, 1 in the second. It is the second series finale in a row where Auburn offensively has jumped on the opponent with runs in the first 2 innings. Did the same thing in the finale against Alabama last week en route to winning the rubber game and beating the Crimson Tide 2-1. First pitch to Guevara, right through there for a strike. 0-1, Zach Cowan came on last inning, got 3 flyouts. And he's right back to work here in the 4th. He winds and delivers. And there is a fly ball to left. Carriel back to the track, leaps, and makes the catch off the bat of Guevara. He didn't leap against the wall. He didn't go all the way back to the wall, but he had to jump flat-footed on the warning track to make the catch for the first out.
If he doesn't, it's extra bases.
Yeah, it's over his head and bouncing off the wall. So here's Bristol Carter. He walked and scored in the 2nd inning. See if he would try to bunt his way on here. First pitch to him. Nope, swinging. Sends a high bouncer to short. Misplayed by Milam. Tough short hop. He charged and just kicked that short hop off the heel, and Carter is aboard. Tough play.
As well as Bristol runs, I think that Milam knew that he had to get that short hop and make a quick throw, and he just didn't field it cleanly. I wouldn't be surprised that doesn't end up being an infield single for Bristol.
Up on the video board, they say that one was in the fairway. That's good. Here on Masters Sunday. See how they score it. It is a base hit. Infield single for Carter.
By the way, Rory with a 3-stroke lead over Bryson DeChambeau through 7 holes. DeChambeau still playing the 7th.
Chase Freilich, the batter. Carter starts to go, then puts on the brakes. Pitch is fouled back, 0-1. Freilich with a base hit his first time, a single up the middle. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the celebrations this season. Buying or selling tickets, SeatGeek's a place to do it. 0-1 to the Auburn catcher. Cowan's pitch. Off speed and line through the whole left side. Base hit Freilich. He is 2 for 2. He went down to get the slider. Again, how many times does he go down, stay with it, and then send it the other way?
Was talking with Chase before yesterday's game, and we were talking about his big double in the Friday night game. And I said, "What'd you hit?" He said, "I hit slider." And I said, "Did he leave it up?" And he says, "I think so." And then George Nunley showed him the highlight, and just like that, he went down to get it and took it the opposite way.
Here's Derek Fabian. First pitch. Strike. 0-1. That's a strike now. We've seen it consistently in the top and bottom of the inning. So at least for now, that low strike is there. Fabian grounded into a double play his first time. A run scored on the play. He swings and drives one to left. Carriel on the run, jumps, makes the catch.
Snow cone.
In
Nicely
left field.
played. That ball was ripped by Fabian, but he got just the top of it, and it was sinking, and Carriel made the play.
Sinking and hooking. That made that a tough play. Carriel has been active out there in left field this inning.
Fabian has hit the ball on the screws twice and has nothing to show for it.
Now here is Eric Snow. They bring in Braswell on the edge of the grass at third. And now he backs up. 2 outs. Runners first and second. Pitch to Snow. Hit hard, but right at the shortstop, who bobbles, picks it up, goes to second for the force.
They've got a review. They've got a review. He came off the bag.
Freilich does not argue it.
Oh, my, he came off the bag. And they will review it. Yes, they will.
Take a look. I think Carl Nonemaker wants to review it.
He sure did come off the bag, I thought.
Milam bobbled the ball.
Auburn is challenging the play at second.
That is
Chuck
Pack. Replay reviews are brought to you by Jackson Services. If it's time to review your home's heating and cooling system, choose Jackson Services for comfort you can count on. From quick repairs to energy-saving upgrades, Jackson Services keeps Alabama homes running smoothly year-round. Visit jacksonservicesco.com. Jackson Services, an official carrier, authorized dealer.
Milam did not field the ball cleanly with Dickinson covering. And so Dickinson was going across the bag as the ball eventually got to him. Boy, I thought he was off the bag when he caught the ball. Called out.
There's been no video on the board or on TV. Here it is. And we get a look from, that's the third base cam. It's a quick review.
Yep.
After review, the runner is out. Auburn is charged with challenge and has one remaining.
So they say Dickinson kept his foot on the bag, and that closes the inning. That is a 6-4 force, and it's out number 3. No runs, but 2 hits. See if they figured something out against Cowan. Got some good swings against him in that inning for sure. No errors and 2 runners left on base. We've played 4 here at Plainsman Park. 3-0. Auburn in front. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Montgomery is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, You'll find it here. Wind Creek, Montgomery. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Auburn 3, LSU nothing. So we go to the 5th inning. Braswell, Stanfield, and Curiel. And Andreas Alvarez is back out there to start the 5th inning. And on a day where, you've used a Cam Tilley, but he could come back today. You've used a Carson Myers. I don't know if he would come back or not. Probably not. To get 4 from Alvarez and to carry a lead into the 5th is really good for this Auburn team. Here's the number 8 hitter, Braswell. First pitch to him. Bounced up there. 1 ball, no strikes. LSU with 1 hit through the first 4 innings. They've had some base runners in every inning but the second. Hit batters and walks, just the 1 hit. 1-0 pitch. Missed high with a fastball, and it's 2-0. LSU had 14 hits in the first 2 games of this series. That means 15 hits in 22 innings. The 14 hits, first the 2-0, inside with a fastball, 3 balls, no strikes. 14 hits are the fewest in a 2-game stretch this year for LSU. The 6 runs scored in the first 2 games are the fewest in a 2-game stretch this year. 3-0. Ball 4. Missed high. And a leadoff walk to Braswell brings Chris Stanfield to the plate. Griffin Graves started loosening last inning. That is the 3rd walk in as many innings issued by Alvarez. And a couple of hit batters in the game to go with it. Stanfield swung at the first pitch, flied out to center his first time. First pitch, breaking ball, strike. Straight curve, 0-1. Stanfield 2 for 7 in the series. A double, couple of walks, couple of runs scored. 0-1. Another curve, strike 2. Landed on that inside edge. So back-to-back curveballs. And Alvarez battling and ahead of Stanfield 0-2. Short lead at first for Braswell. He has not attempted a stolen base this year. 0-2 pitch to Stanfield on the way. Swung and fouled off to the right side. Threw him a 3rd straight curveball. Fouled out of play. It's still 0-2. Stanfield with that upright stance. 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Flied to left. Terrell goes back. Measures it. It is off the wall. Rounding second and heading for third is Braswell. It's another double for Chris Stanfield. It's his 10th double in SEC play, his second of the weekend. And LSU has runners at second and third with nobody out in the top of the order due up in the 5th.
On an 0-2 pitch.
Yep.
That is not what you want to throw on 0-2. Nice job by Stanfield to do something with it. And Everett Tiefert is out of the Auburn dugout.
Yeah, 2 full times through the order. And that'll do it for Andreas Alvarez. Team already coming out of the dugout to greet the freshman right-hander. We'll see what Griffin Graves is able to do with these 2 guys on base. But as Alvarez leaves, 62 pitches, 33 strikes, and he leaves with Auburn in front 3-0. Runners second and third and nobody out. A little bit of a tough spot for Graves here, but he'll try to preserve the lead as Auburn makes a Yellowwood call to the bullpen.
It's a great day to get vaccinated. Many children and adults that delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take the steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunizations. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccine. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Auburn to the bullpen for left-hander Griffin Graves, sophomore, 5'10", 176, out of Jackson, Tennessee, Trinity Christian School. Graves comes on for Auburn, 2-1 on the year, a 3.60 earned run average. This will be his 7th relief appearance. 10 innings, 4 runs, all earned on 6 hits, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks, no homers, and opponents hitting 176 against Graves. In the SEC, 1-0, a 2.08 ERA. This will be his 3rd relief appearance in the league. 4 1/3 innings, a run on 4 hits, 5 strikeouts, a walk, no homers, and the league hitting 250 against Griffin Graves. Andres Alvarez goes 4+ innings today. No runs currently on the 2 base hits, 3 walks. He's hit 2 batters. 62 pitches, 33 for strikes. And he leaves with runners at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out, and the top of the order coming up for LSU here in the 5th.
Graves has been pretty consistent. He had 1 bad outing against Old Dominion, took the loss in that game, gave up 3 runs on a couple of hits in 2/3 of an inning. So take away those 2/3 of an inning, and he has given up just 1 run this year. In his last 3 outings, he's gone 2 or more innings. Between 30 and 40 pitches for Graves. When he's got it, that's kind of the range that you're looking at. So you'd be looking maybe to get through the 5th and 6th, if not more, from Griffin Graves here this afternoon. He does come in a tight spot. He's got the top of the order to deal with runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. And Auburn leading 3-0. The double by Stanfield, just LSU's 2nd hit of the ball game. Carriel has the other. That came in the 3rd. A single to right. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. Open stance for Carriel at the beginning of the at-bat, and he takes a ball high, a fastball at 92. Carriel 4 for 12 on the weekend. Pitch. High pop, right side. That'll work. Snow back in shallow right field, looking up into the blue sky, makes the catch. Nobody's moving from 2nd or 3rd, 1 away. And now Jared Jones, the ever dangerous Jared Jones. Auburn has kept him at bay for the most part this weekend, but he is always a threat to do damage. Digs around. Now ready to step into the box. Big right-handed hitting first baseman. LSU with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 1 out in the 5th. The pitch. Off speed and on the outside corner. Strike 1. Jones was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning and then picked off. Left early, thrown out. And then he flied to center in the 3rd inning. 0-1 pitch. Upstairs with a fastball. 1-1. Auburn 3 runs, 5 hits. LSU no runs on 2 hits. Both teams have stranded 4. And the 1-1 pitch. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. LSU fans trying to make some noise for really the first time I can think of this weekend. Auburn fans will soon begin to answer. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. 2-2.
Ooh. A ferocious cut.
But an early one. And now do you challenge him with a high fastball? Maybe up and away? He has struck out 5 times in the series. None yet today. Leans back in that right-handed stance. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball away. Graves strikes out Jones. 2 down.
And as big as that out is, and it is,
yeah,
you cannot let up
nope.
now.
No, you can't let up. No, you gotta buckle down even more here. And a pinch hitter.
Sure will. How about that? They're going to go to Fry.
Yeah, Ethan Fry, who started as the DH in the first 2 games of the series. Fry on the weekend is 0 for 7 with a couple of strikeouts, but he's a right-handed batter. Pitch off speed. Oh, didn't get the backdoor breaking ball that time. Just a little out, 1-0. Fry batting .351, 6 homers, 23 driven in. 1-0 pitch. Fastball down and in, 2 balls, no strikes. Graves, the second pitcher of the day. He came in with runners at second and third and nobody out. There are still runners at second and third, but now 2 are down. The pitch outside. 3-0. A walk would load the bases for Dickinson. Back at Plainsman Park, Griffin Graves back to work in the 6th. He'll face Milam, Brown, and Hernandez. 5, 6, and 7 hitters. They've just announced here at Plainsman Park that KK McCrary hit her second walk-off homer of the weekend to beat Georgia 8-4. A furious comeback. Tigers trailed 3-0 going to the 6th.
And 4-2 going into the 7th.
Yep. And they win at 8-4. KK McCrary. We are efforting, by the way, the final call from Britt Bowen. And hopefully we'll have that to share with you before we are finished here this afternoon. Here, Auburn leads 3-0. Griffin Graves came on with runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out in the 5th. He got a pop-up and a couple of strikeouts to get out of trouble. That means the book closed on Alvarez. 4 innings, no runs, 2 hits. That will work in a series finale. And now here is Stephen Milam. Batting right-handed against the lefty Graves in the first pitch. High pop, right side, foul, or near foul territory. Snow calls off McMurray, and Eric Snow puts it away, and he nearly lost it. It rolled down to the heel of the glove, but he kept it in there for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Fighting a little bit of sunshine. What wind there was. He made a nice play over there.
So here is Jake Brown. Brown 0 for 2 today. Left-handed hitter, lefty on lefty. First pitch, fastball, strike 1. Graves has shown a lot of command this year, and it shows you how much growth a guy can have from his freshman to sophomore year. Brown shows bunt, takes it low, maybe a little out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown is flied to left, grounded out to first. 1-1 pitch. Missed inside with the fastball. And it's 2-1 to the LSU right fielder. Auburn leads 3-0. We're in the top of the 6th. Nobody on, 1 out, 2-1 pitch to Brown. Low, 3-1. 0 for 4 on the weekend is the left-handed hitter out of Sulphur, Louisiana. Graves straightens up, works off the left side of the rubber, kicks and pitches, and misses inside with a fastball. He walked him. Second walk issued by Graves. Conecuh Sausage is the official sausage and hot dog of the Auburn Tigers. Conecuh Sausage is a game day favorite. You know that. You know they're always great on the grill, too. And so we encourage you to pick up a pack at your local grocery store. Or, you start thinking about where you're going for your summer vacation, headed toward the beach, take exit 96 off I-65 in Evergreen, visit the Conecuh gift shop. First pitch, Steve Reich 1 to Luis Hernandez, 0-1. Hernandez has walked and bounced to short. Graves from the stretch, plants and fires, and the pitch is looped foul back out of play, 0-2. "24 pitches for Graves, only 11 strikes. It seems like he's thrown more strikes than that. But numbers are what the numbers are. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. 3 pitches. He disposes of Hernandez for the second out. Third strikeout for Graves. High and away. And LSU has been susceptible to that this weekend. This is a power-hitting team, and often hitters with power have a little harder time laying off high outside fastballs. Now here's Braswell with 2 outs and a runner at first. First pitch to him. High and outside with a fastball, 1-0. Braswell is grounded, or rather flied out to right, and he is walked. Alvarez did not have a strikeout today. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second is in time, and he is out. Chase Freilich threw a rope down to second. Snow caught it and applied the tag, and Brown is thrown out stealing for the fourth time this season. Will LSU challenge it? They are going to challenge it. They have nothing to lose besides a challenge. And so they'll call Auburn back on the field.
Really good throw for Freilich and a good tag by Snow. And I thought he got a pretty good jump, Brad.
Yeah, I thought he did too. It was a perfect throw. The throw was right on the corner of the bag.
Yeah.
So replay reviews, again, we remind you, they're brought to you by Jackson Services. If it's time to review your home's heating and cooling system, choose Jackson Services. Comfort you can count on. From quick repairs to energy-saving upgrades, Jackson Services keeps Alabama homes running smoothly year-round. Visit jacksonservicesco.com. Jackson Services, an official carrier authorized dealer. Auburn's players are already walking back toward the dugout. They seem convinced after watching the replay on the video board.
Well, the tag's up on the shoulder, and he's not to the bag yet.
Yeah.
That was shown on the video board here.
Runner is out. So LSU loses out on the challenge, and Braswell will lead off the seventh. Great inning again for Griffin Graves. Gives up the walk, but it is erased. That's two now free base runners for LSU that have been erased on the base paths today. TV was in a commercial, so they missed it all together. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Still 3-0 Auburn, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
I like what I like, and I do what I want.
If what you like is getting the highest payouts, getting the most free play, and finding more of your favorite games all on a spacious upscale gaming floor, then Wind Creek Wetumpka is your kind of fabulous. No matter what fabulous means to you, you'll find it here. Wind Creek Wetumpka. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
3 runs, 6 hits for Auburn, no runs, 2 hits for LSU. Neither team has committed an error, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Auburn enjoys a 3-0 lead. Guevara starts it for the Tigers. It'll be Guevara, Carter, and Freilich.
At the Masters, Roy McIlroy has a 4-stroke lead over Ludwig Aberg, Justin Rose, and Bryson DeChambeau.
Well, Bryson was 2 back at the start of the day, but he hooked that first tee shot of the afternoon, and been a little bit of a struggle for him today. First pitch to Eric Guevara, misses low and in for ball 1. Eric looking for his first hit in the afternoon. He's 2 for 8 on the weekend. He's bounced to third and flied to left today. He's pulled it both times. Big hole in the middle of the infield, 1-0 pitch. Swing and a bouncing ball to first. A couple of hops there. Jones is there to glove it and take it to the bag for the out.
Yellowwood scoreboard in SEC play. Texas beats Kentucky today 5-4, so Texas takes that series. That's where Auburn goes next weekend. Arkansas, Georgia in the top of the 12th, tied at 6 in the rubber game of that series. State leads at Alabama 4-2, bottom of the 8th in Tuscaloosa. Vanderbilt 6, Oklahoma 1, bottom of the 5th in Norman.
Pitch to Bristol Carter is upstairs for ball 1.
And in the top of the 5th in Oxford, Ole Miss 3, Tennessee 2. That's the rubber game of the series in Oxford.
One-0 pitch to Carter. Missed a little in. 2 balls and no strikes. Auburn on the second half of SEC play will go to Texas. They go to Tennessee and to Oxford. 2-0. Swing and a foul ball off to the left. Breaking ball, and Bristol was out in front. It's 2-1.
Going into today's game, Auburn's strength of schedule is number 1 in the country. I don't think it's going to go down over the back half of the conference schedule. Do you?
No, I wouldn't think so. Not with 3 top 10 teams
and
on the road.
And a Georgia Tech coming in here in a couple weeks or in a week and a half.
Home series against Mississippi State and South Carolina. Breaking ball drops in for strike 2 to Carter. It's a state team that might, well, I don't know. I don't know if they'll find their way back into the top 25 if they hang on and take 2 of 3 from Alabama. 2-2. Inside, ball 3. South Carolina is going to have to find a way to get up off the deck after just a crushing loss yesterday.
Gave up 2 grand slams in the bottom of the ninth at Texas A&M to lose that ball game.
A team that has struggled this year anyway, that's a tough way to fall. There's a line drive, yanked foul, left side, 80 on a changeup. Carter gets another shot. Nobody on, 1 out, bottom of the 6th. 3-2 the count to Carter. Freilich lingers near the on-deck circle. Cowan looks home a long time. Now puts the glove up in front of him. Starts the wind. Payoff pitch. Carter bounces it foul again past third. He's hanging tough against the LSU reliever. He's been as good as advertised so far. Tigers with 3 hits against him in 3 1/3. Tigers chase the starter Shores from the game after 2 innings. Payoff pitch again to Carter. Swing and a fly ball to center. Stanfield started back, now breaks in and makes the catch. 2 down. First time they've retired Carter today. And now Chase Freilich is 2 for 2. A pair of singles. Freilich sees his average keep climbing. He's raised it 10 points to 354 with a 2 for 2 start to the day, and he takes a first pitch strike.
Auburn men's tennis wins in the final set. Nicholas Heng wins in the 3rd set, 7-5, and the Tigers win at LSU today, 4-3 on the Yellowwood scoreboard.
0-1, fouled back, 0-2. Been a good day for head-to-head matchups against LSU for Auburn Athletics. Shift is on in full now against Freilich. The 0-2 pitch from Cowan on the way. Swing and a pop to left. Curiel in and makes the catch. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Cowan and LSU. Nothing doing for Auburn in the 6th. We've played 6. Auburn maintains a 3-0 lead. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Hey guys, it's Auburn baseball season again, and if you want to hit your next big event out of the park, then get Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Auburn to help with all of your catering needs. From team parties to tailgating or any big event you may have, Baumhauer's always hits a home run by making sure all of your logistics are covered, and you can just sit back, relax, and enjoy the big game. And if you need a place to host your party, come try Baumhauer's new covered patio. Give us a call to book your big event today. Baumhauer's Victory Grill, 2353 Bent Creek Road in Auburn. War Eagle.
This is Coach Bruce Pearl on the Ford F-150 Highlight Show. I tell my team that if we play smart, out-hustle the competition, and work hard each and every day, we can be winners. And you know what? That's how Ford F-150 does it too. Offering an outstanding combination of smart tech, power, and capability, F-150 is the key to help me win the day. Hey, why don't you see how the official truck of the Auburn Tigers can help you? Go to buyfordnow.com or see your local Ford dealer today. War Eagle.
Auburn leads LSU 3-0 as we go to the 7th inning. 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Braswell was at the plate when Brown was thrown out trying to steal second. Braswell, Stanfield, and Curiel The first three due up against Griffin Graves, who has been awfully good. He's given up a couple of walks, but he's worked around it. No hits allowed through 2 innings of relief work. Sophomore lefty back out there now, and we turn it back over to take you home on a sunny Sunday afternoon once again to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
27 pitches for Griffin Graves in his 2 innings of work, and he will get the 8, 9, and 1 hitters here in the 7th. Braswell, Stanfield, and Curiel, with Auburn leading 3-0.
Still Dylan Watts out there in the bullpen. You'd love to be able to get to the 8th with Griffin,
who comes set and pitches and misses upstairs for ball 1. Braswell 0 for 1 on the day. He's flied to right, walked, and was stranded at third back in the 5th. 1-0 pitch. High and away, ball 2. Braswell led off that 5th with a walk. Stanfield walked. And with 2 outs, Fry walked, and the bases were loaded, and Graves worked out of that trouble. The pitch. All 3 low. Graves stretches, and the 3-0. And he walked him on 4 pitches, just like the way the 5th inning started. 4-pitch walk to Braswell. And here's Chris Stanfield. Stanfield doubled off the monster and left. He didn't walk. He doubled off the monster and left. They had runners at 2nd and 3rd and nobody out in that 5th inning, but did not score.
Stanfield has been their best hitter in SEC play.
Graves off the stretch in the pitch. Chris shows bunt, takes a strike. Flied to relatively deep center field in the 3rd and hit it off the monster and left in the 5th inning, just about where it angles back into the canyon. 0-1, high and away. The ball and a strike. Top of the order, and Derek Curiel waits on deck. 3-0, Auburn on top. We're in the top of the 7th. Braswell with the lead at first. It's not a big lead, the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, could be 2. Snow tags the runner, throws to first, double play. 4-3 double play. And that's our defensive play of the game, presented by Cook's Pest Control. Don't forget to add pest control to your lineup, from keeping mosquitoes away to protecting against termites and clearing cobwebs. Spring cleaning isn't done until you call Cook's Pest Control. I don't think that Snow had a choice if Auburn was going to get a double play other than tag the runner and throw to first.
And I'm a little surprised Braswell just kept running there.
2 down, and here's Curiel, the pitch on the way. Pass ball on the inside corner for a strike. Stretch. 0-1 pitch. Up and out. Auburn leads LSU 3-0. 2 outs, top of the 7th. Nobody on. A ball and a strike to leadoff man Derek Curiel. 1-1 pitch. Low. 2-1. In spite of not getting that call a ton today, Auburn's done a nice job of keeping the ball down against this potent LSU lineup. 2 balls and a strike. Jared Jones lurks on deck. 2-1. Ball 3 high.
I guess.
Curiel 1 for 3 on the day. 4 for 13 on the weekend. The pitch, he chops it to the right side. Snow charges, fields, flips. Out. Almost pulled McMurray off the bag, but the inning comes to a close. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. 7th inning stretch time at Plainsman Park. Auburn 3, LSU nothing. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Welcome back to the Ford F-Series Highlight Show. I've seen a lot of basketball, and I can tell you that to stay on top, you got to adapt, stay focused, and innovate. That's what wins championships. That's how Ford F-150 and the Ford Super Duty stay at the top of the truck game. For 47 consecutive years, Ford F-Series has been America's #1 selling truck because they deliver what you need to win the day. For the latest offers, go to buyfordnow.com or see your local Ford dealer today. Tell them Coach Pearl sent you.
Based on 1977 to 2023 CY industry reported total sales.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains. The Auburn University Regions Visa Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Tigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
2 in the first for Auburn. A 2-run double off the monster and left by McMurray. Another run in the second, scored on a double play ball. And that's all the scoring today. Auburn leads 3-0 behind the terrific pitching of Andreas Alvarez and Griffin Graves for Auburn. Tigers did a nice job against LSU starter Chase Shores, who only went 2+ innings today. Zach Cowan has been good for LSU in relief. And he will get the 9 1 and 2 hitters here in the 7th. Fabian, then to the top of the order, Snow and Rembert. Derek Fabian's hit the ball hard twice today and is hit into a double play ball and lined out to left. And he will lead off the Auburn 7th inning with the Auburn Tigers on top 3-0. Wind and the first pitch, and Fabian swings at an off-speed delivery, pops it up right side, and out of play above the concourse, 3 rows deep. Auburn softball comes from behind, gets a walk-off grand slam from KK McCrary today. Both men's and women's tennis have already won today. Baseball leads 3-0 as the Tigers bat in the bottom of the 7th. 0-1 to Fabian. Good. Slider in there for a strike. 0-2. Left side of the infield plays Fabian to pull. There's a big hole up the middle for Derek. However, he's behind 0-2. Stretch in the pitch. Strike 3 call on the outside corner. Fourth strikeout today for LSU pitching, the second for Cowan. And we go to the top of the order, and here's Eric Snow. Struck out in both of his at-bats against Shores. A fielder's choice in the 4th. Pitch. Ground ball, base hit to left underneath the glove of Braswell into left field. Curiel gets the ball back to the infield, and Auburn has a runner aboard with 1 out in the 7th. Braswell dove to his left, but that ball got underneath his glove in a hurry. Snow is aboard, and here is Chris Rembert. Walked and scored in the 1st. Hit by a pitch in the 3rd. A strikeout in the 5th. Pretty good lead for Snow at first as Cowan stretches. And a throw over. And no tag applied as he dives back safely. Braswell guarding the line at 3rd. We've seen the LSU third baseman do that at all points of the games all weekend long. Cowan comes set. And another throw over. This one closer and a tag applied, but safe. Cowan's got a pretty good move to first. Again, Snow out to his lead. Rembert waits on the first pitch. Here it is. Ground ball up the middle to the second baseman. His only play is to first. Close, but out. And Snow gets to second base on the play. A jam shot that Dickinson charged. By the time he fielded the ball, second base was behind him. And he flipped to first to get the out. And it brings Irish to the plate with 2 outs. A runner at second, first base open. if LSU wants to pitch around or be careful with Irish at the plate.
Yeah, that's potentially important that Snow was able to get there to second if Ike could deliver again. Now they'll walk him.
Yeah, they're not even going to deal with Ike.
Yeah. Okay.
I can understand that.
I can too, but that's the depth of this Auburn lineup. It does give Cooper McMurray a chance to hit now with 2 on base against a righty, or maybe not against a righty.
Jay Johnson is on his way to the mound.
While he's on his way,
yes,
Andy.
Yes.
We told you about the situation at softball earlier, tied 4-4 in the bottom of the 7th. That is when K.K. McCrary came to the plate. Here's Britt Bowen with the call.
1-1, fly ball, left field, K.K. McCrary, a grand slam, walks off with a series. She did it on Friday, she does it on Sunday. Tigers win 8-4.
How about that?
Absolutely pandemonium over at Jane B. Moore
A
Field.
storybook ending for K.K. McCrary and the Auburn Tigers against the Georgia Bulldogs.
And as that was happening, here live, LSU makes a pepper tree call to the bullpen.
The delayed vaccination during the pandemic are still behind schedule. It is crucial that we take the steps to get everyone back on track with their routine immunization. Children and teens can still catch up on their vaccinations even if they start late. Make sure you and your family are up to date on all recommended vaccines, including respiratory virus vaccine. Let's all do our part to get back on track. Don't wait. Vaccinate. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM.
Kason Evans on this pepper tree pitching change for LSU, 6'2", 194, freshman right-hander from Houston, Texas. Evans 1-0 with 6 saves in 10 outings this year and an earned run average of .77. Evans 23 1/3 innings, 15 hits, just 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 8 walks, 39 strikeouts. He's given up 2 doubles and a triple. Teams are hitting .181. against Kason Evans. In an SEC play, teams are hitting .200 against him. 10 hits allowed in 13 1/3 innings. No record in 3 saves in 4 appearances, a 0.68 earned run average. 5 walks, 20 strikeouts in 13 1/3 for Kason Evans. So this is the other of their 2 really good back-end relievers for LSU. Cowan, 4 2/3, 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. The walk, an intentional walk to Ike Irish. Auburn with runners at first and second and 2 out for Cooper McMurray.
McMurray is 1 for 3 on the day, but that one was a 2-run double off the monster in left. He comes to the plate with runners at first and second and 2 outs here in the 7th. Last time up, he hit one to the base of the wall in center. Right-hander against the left-handed hitting Cooper McMurray. Evans comes set in the pitch. Fastball low.
97.
Snow at second and Irish at first. 1-0. Strike call. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. One McMurray's high fly ball to right. Brown on the warning track and now in a couple steps, and the inning comes to a close. McMurray has come within an eyelash of 2 home runs here today. No runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 men left. We're through 7 at Plainsman Park. Auburn leads LSU 3-0. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Big eating in Auburn and Opelika means Big Mike's Steakhouse, famous for high-quality steaks cooked to perfection on an open-fire grill served in a relaxed, rustic atmosphere. It's happy hour at Big Mike's every Wednesday and Thursday from 4 to 6 and half off select appetizers, draft beer, and well drinks. And don't forget, a Big Mike's gift card will always be the perfect gift for Big City Steak in your hometown. It's Big Mike's Steakhouse in Auburn at Shig Parkway and Wire Road.
Hip pain is not to be taken lightly. It could be a sign of hip impingement. If pain, stiffness, or limping persists, see a hip specialist at the orthopedic clinic. Treatment includes non-surgical options, but if surgery is needed, minimally invasive arthroscopic hip surgery is only available locally at the orthopedic clinic. Don't wait. Schedule an examination today. Call for an appointment, 334-749-8303, or visit theorthoclinic.com.
Two, 3, and 4 hitters for LSU in the 8th. Jones, Fry, and Dickinson to face Griffin Graves. Been really good for Auburn since coming in the 5th inning. Tigers lead it 3-0 over LSU. Reminder to you, Auburn baseball brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. Their team of first responders proud to provide first aid care at Plainsman Park and at every Auburn Athletics home meet. So they were at Jane B. Moore Field and at the Yarborough Tennis Center today. Hopefully, they were just there to observe. They're here at Plainsman Park today. All right, 8th inning for LSU, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Jared Jones is 0 for 3 today.
And it doesn't matter.
Actually, 0 for 2, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how much this guy has struggled on a weekend. Always prefer to see him leading off an inning.
Graves stretches and pitches. Fastball just missed the outside corner. Jones was hit by a pitch in the first, then picked off. He is flied to left and struck out in the 5th. That strikeout in the 5th came with runners at second and third and 1 out. Pitch. Fly ball into center. Bristol Carter back a few steps and now in. 1 out. Hard to believe anyone else has pitched that young man any better on an SEC weekend than Auburn has this weekend. There's 1 out.
1 for 13.
And here's Ethan Fry.
With 6 strikeouts.
And you don't want to face him again.
No.
Fry came on as a pinch hitter and walked in the 5th. Graves stretches and pitches. Fly ball right side, foul ground. And McMurray gives chase. So does Graves, but that'll get to the ledge just above the concourse. It deflects further. 0-1.
Auburn pitchers have struck out 3. Graves has all 3 of those strikeouts. There have been 11 fly ball outs to just 5 ground ball outs so far.
0-1 the count to Fry. Here's the pitch. Fastball a little bit low, 1-1. Auburn leads LSU 3-0. Tigers won Friday night 8-4. Yesterday 4-2. Graves steps off. The pitch clock is still rolling. It's down to 4 as he throws home. And it misses low, 2-1. I don't know if he rushed that pitch, but it missed low. Count is 2 balls and a strike to Fry with Dickinson waiting on deck. Both teams have stranded a 7 today. 2-1 to Fry. Up and out. 3 balls and a strike. Outfield play straight away with Fry at the plate. Infield back, the 3-1. And he walked it. Missed upstairs. And that is his 3rd walk of the day. Auburn pitchers have surrendered at 6 on the day.
Yeah, he's had to work. You know, he came into this game with runners at second and third and nobody out, and has walked 1 in each of the last 3 innings with fewer than 2 outs. So there's been traffic that Graves has had to work around throughout this outing.
Here is Daniel Dickinson. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Pitch on the way. Strike. Change up in there for strike one. He is 2 for 10 this weekend. Batting .339 with 8 homers and 37 runs batted in. Graves off the stretch in the pitch. Popped him up. Behind the plate, does Fralick have room? He gives chase, but it falls on the screen above the Hall of Fame club. No balls and 2 strikes. Jones popped out to center. A walk to Fry. Now 0-2 the count to Dickinson. Stretched by Griffin Graves in the 0-2 pitch. Missed outside with the fastball. 93. He hasn't lost anything off the heater, has he?
He really has not, and he's about to throw his 50th pitch of the outing. That may be a season high.
Fry with a short lead at first. The 1-2 to Dickinson. Chopper foul at the plate. He got a fastball in and pulled the trigger almost too late.
This is a career high 50 pitches now for Griffin Graves. Previous high was 40 against UAB. 3 1/3 innings, also a career high.
Auburn has turned to double play today. That was in the last inning. 1-2. Fly ball to deep center field. Carter is back. He's at the warning track. He leaps. It's off his glove. Fry's going to end up at third, and Dickinson at second. Second and third, and 1 out for LSU. Carter came within an eyelash of a sparkling play in center.
Yeah, he measured it, and he timed his jump well. It was just beyond his reach. Not a terrible pitch either. It was about a shoulder-high fastball, outer half.
And I don't know if he got a glove on that ball before it hit the wall or bounced off the wall into his glove. Second and third, and 1 out for LSU. And here is Stephen Milam. And that is going to be all, I believe. Well, let's see. Remember, Milam is a switch hitter. So if Auburn goes to Watts, Milam would turn around and bat left-handed. Auburn may prefer to have Milam batting left-handed rather than right-handed, and the Tigers will indeed make a Ford F-150 call to the bullpen.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories, like cookouts, cornhole with friends, ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad, the one with the feta, oh, sorry, or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Dylan Watts is the new pitcher for Auburn. Pitched well against Georgia Tech in Atlanta Tuesday. The junior out of Enumclaw, Washington, 6'4", 193 pounds on the season. Watts, 2-0 in 11 appearances, a 6.62 earned run average, 17 2/3 innings, 18 hits, 13 runs, 9 walks, 19 strikeouts. He has hit 3 batters. Teams are hitting .261 against Dylan Watts with 4 doubles and a home run included. In SEC play, Watts, no record, 4 appearances, a 2.57 earned run average. Some of his best outings have been in the league, and this past Tuesday night against Georgia Tech. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, and SEC hitters batting just .174 against Dylan Watts. Griffin Graves, a career-high 3 1/3 innings pitched, just 1 hit allowed. He did walk 4. He struck out 3. Graves threw 51 pitches, only 22 strikes.
Yep.
That is not the percentage that they're looking for, but he was effective in those 3 1/3 innings. 51 pitches, a career high for Graves. And now it's Dylan Watts with runners at second and third and 1 out. You'd love to get a strikeout. Milam is a tough guy to strike out. In fact, he's only struck out 7 times in SEC play this year.
Milam on the day is fly to center, deep center, has walked and popped up to second. Fry is at third, and Dickinson down at second. And Auburn on top 3-0, but LSU threatening here in the 8th.
To this point, you still got to get 5 outs. But what this pitching staff has done against LSU through the first 25-plus innings, no one else has done to this LSU offense this year. The best 3-game stretch, 2.5-game stretch, hits allowed, runs allowed. 7 walks today is going to boost that a little bit, so they may not be the best in that category, but they've really done a fine job of put in perspective. And there's still a ways to go to get this win. But 3 hits allowed to this point were 1 out in the 8th inning. Their lowest hit total in any game this year is 6.
With runners in scoring position, Milam is hitting .311. With runners on base, he's hitting .362, hitting .331 on the season. Batting left-handed against the right-handed Watts, the pitch. Ground ball to the right side, that'll get a run home. The throw to first is in time. Snow to McMurray. Dickinson goes to third, and it's now a 3-1 Auburn lead. An RBI for Milam, his 35th of the season.
Milam did his job there. He at the very least wanted to get the 1 run home. He pulled it to that right side. It's exactly what he was trying to do.
But you have to say that Watts did his job there too.
Agreed.
Get that out.
Both sides are totally okay with that.
All right, 2 outs, and here's Jake Brown. 3-1 is the score now, with Dickinson at third as Watts comes set. And the pitch. Fastball, strike 1. Actually, it may have been the change at 86. He threw over 50 pitches in that win for Auburn at Georgia Tech on Tuesday night. Now the 0-1 from Watts. Here it is. Foul tip back to the screen out of good cut. 0-2.
Start him with a changeup and then run the fastball up there at 96.
And elevated.
Yeah. You spin a back foot slider up there.
His fastball was his money pitch Tuesday. Oh, 0-2 pitch to Brown. Oh, just missed the outside corner.
Tried the backdoor slider instead.
A ball and 2 strikes. Dickinson at third with 2 down. A run home for LSU. Auburn leads it 3-1. A ball and 2 strikes to Brown. Stretch in the pitch. Fouled up and out of play. That fastball just was registered at 97 from Dylan Watts. I think the blood's coursing through his veins a little bit right now.
This is a moment you got to love right here. Top 10 series, playing for a sweep. You've already seen 2 gutsy pitching performances before you today.
1-2 pitch. Ground ball, it's a base hit to left. He poked it through the left side, and it cuts the lead to 1. Good job of hitting by Jake Brown.
Yep, that's a tip of the cap moment there. He threw a fastball. It was not a bad pitch. Brown just stuck the head of the bat out and hit it the other way.
Auburn now leads 3-2. And now, in all likelihood, we'll at least see the top of the order come up one more time for LSU.
Cam Tilley is in the bullpen in case he's needed.
Here's Luis Hernandez. 0 for 2 on the day. Pitch on the way. Misses low. That 1-out walk to Fry comes back to haunt Auburn. Free base runner comes home to score. Dickinson reached on the double. He came home to score as well. A 3-2 Auburn lead. Stretched by Dylan Watts. Here's the pitch. Low. 2-0.
There have been 5 total runs scored in this game. 3 for Auburn, 2 for LSU. 3 of the 5 total runs have been scored by guys who walked.
These 2 runs charged to Griffin Graves. Stretch by Watts. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. 2-1 to Hernandez. Looking ahead to the Auburn 8th. Guevara, Carter, and Freilich. Stretch, and the 2-1 pitch from Watts to Hernandez is headed home. Fouled off the facing of the Auburn dugout. 2-2.
Well, this inning and the lengthened inning means you're going to have to deal with the top of the order again in the ninth for LSU.
Yeah. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Watts pitches. Got him swinging. Inning comes to a close on a slider away. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Auburn on top of LSU 3-2. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
You sit in traffic now, but later, there's a nice cold reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. You've earned this rich golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste. Because you know all your patience is paid out in gold. You remain calm through honks, bumper to bumper, and people yelling. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Port, Chicago, Illinois.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
This is Auburn baseball. Back to more of the Tigers and LSU.
And this is the third and final game of the series, and this is a 1-run Auburn lead. Coming to the bottom of the 8th with Terrell, Guevara, and Carter to the plate. At the Masters, Rory McIlroy with a 4-stroke lead over Justin Rose and Ludwig Aber. McIlroy is 13 under now through 12. Rose is 2 holes ahead of him. Aberg a stroke or a hole ahead of him. DeChambeau has played his way out of contention today. Auburn softball, a dramatic 8-4 win on a grand walk-off grand slam by K.K. McCrary. And both Auburn tennis teams beat LSU today. First pitch to Terrell. Misses outside from Kason Evans for ball 1. Bub is 0 for 3. He doesn't have a hit since the first game of the series. Pitch. Good swing, and he fouled it back. A ball and a strike to Bub. He's 3 for 11 on the weekend.
Started to make this point, and then I think the inning ended. But Chris Rembert started the day batting 44 points better in league play than his overall average.
1-1, swing and a miss and a pitch downstairs.
Terrell started the day batting 1 point better in the league than his overall average, and Chase Freilich 3 points better than his over. This consistency, there is no drop-off once you get to conference play for these 3 everyday freshmen.
A ball and 2 strikes to Terrell. The pitch. Just missed the corner. Fastball at 95. Oh, we have seen some heat today from these 2 pitching staffs, haven't we?
This guy Evans just a freshman too. He's got electric stuff.
2-2. Ground ball. It's through for a base hit. He went the opposite way. A leadoff single for Auburn in the 8th for Bub Terrell.
And instead of gas there, he threw him a breaking ball over the outer half. A backdoor breaking ball caught too much of the plate. Terrell was ready for it and sent it into left field.
And here's Guevara. Does Auburn bunt here? Does Auburn try and get that man in scoring position with the bunt?
That's a good question. That is a really valuable insurance run at first base. Certainly LSU's ready for it on the corner.
Stretch and a throw to first. If Guevara was bunting, he did not show.
Nope.
He has 1 sacrifice bunt this season. Third baseman Braswell is in front of the bag. They hold the runner at first. The pitch. Guevara showed bunt, took a fastball high. 3-2. Auburn leads LSU. We're in the bottom of the eighth. The leadoff single for Bub Terrell. And Braswell takes a step even further in at third base. Stretch. Shows bunt, does Guevara. Now the rest of the infield is in. The runner goes, and he's picked off from first. They throw to second base. They've got Terrell in a run down, and he is out at first base. I don't know if someone missed a sign, but Bob got out there. He just hung himself to dry out there at first base for the first out.
Yeah, Bub was off on the pitch, and the pitch was not buntable.
Yeah.
And then, rather than continue, he stopped.
2-3-6-3, I believe, is the put out. One out. Here's the pitch to Guevara. A strike call, 2-1. Swing a drive into right field. Long run right fielder there to make the catch. 2 outs. And Bristol Carter to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. Boy, a promising start to the inning. And now there's 2 outs and nobody on.
Yeah, that's tough. It's so hard to string together at bats against Evans.
Bristol is walked and singled today and takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. He has flied to center as well. Would love to get Fralick to the plate in the inning, the 1-0. Ball 2 inside. Two-0 delivery. Ball 3. A little bit low. Hernandez tried to bring it up. Auburn's out hit LSU 8-4. Leads 3-2. The pitch. Strike down the middle. 3 balls and a strike to Bristol Carter. Couple of homers, 10 runs batted in on the season. And there's a foul back to the screen, and the count is full. I'll tell you what, Evans is working in a hurry. He is ready to pitch as soon as he gets the ball back. Shakes off a sign and pitches. Popped up by Carter back here. Is there room for Hernandez? No, onto the screen.
Looking ahead to the 9th inning, 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up for LSU.
Oh, boy. And right now it's a 3-2 Auburn lead. 2 outs and nobody on. The wind in the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, through for a base hit for Bristol Carter. And that will bring Chase Fralick to the plate.
Well, the butterfly effect, you don't know if they would have pitched him any differently or what might have been approached different or if the infielders have been in different spots, but that pickoff stings a little more now after that hit up the middle.
Carter was 0 for 6 coming into today. He's 2 for 3 today, and here is Fralick. A single up the middle and single to left. Would Auburn run with 2 outs here? And the speedy Bristol Carter at first. Evans stretches. The pitch. Fralick takes a slow. Ball 1. One-oh pitch. Ground ball foul, pass first. Off the photographer's well. Beyond the dugout.
Sorry, Andy. Some teams will shift even with a runner at first. LSU is not shifting against Fralick. He's shown he can go the other way with it, and they're going to play traditionally on the infield.
And Nate Yeske, the pitching coach, is out for LSU. On a 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. And maybe they want to talk a little strategy right here. entire infield on the mound.
Frelick is so good against the breaking ball. I think part of the strategy could be, let's limit that slider. Let's go more fastball up.
Home plate umpire breaks up the meeting on the mound. Ball and a strike to Chase Frelick. Leadoff single for Terrell, but he was picked off. A line out to left or to right by Guevara. A single by Carter up the middle. And now a ball and a strike to Frelick with Auburn guarding a 3-2 lead in the bottom of the 8th. Evans stretches. And a throw to first. Carter wasn't that far off the bag and back standing up. Eight, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for LSU in the top half of the 9th. Long set by Evans. And Frelick loops one into left. Long run left fielder. Does he get there? He dove and made the catch. Curiel saved an extra base hit. And we go to the 9th. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, a man left. To the 9th we go. Auburn 3, LSU 2. Stay tuned. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Former Auburn quarterback, former assistant coach, Larry Blakeney. Your name is now part of the field at Troy.
Yes, sir.
You look back, that's a Hall of Fame career for you,
Yes.
Larry.
I appreciate it, man. I don't know how all that happened, but we enjoyed it. I think that's how you get to be whatever. You know, you go about your daily task and you feel good about what you're doing and who you're working for and who you're working with. And of course, Jack Hawkins, the president, and Johnny Williams, my AD, and others, certainly assistant coaches and players, made a lot of difference in my life.
A new episode of the Talking Tigers podcast is released every Monday, wherever you listen to podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast, only from the Auburn Sports Network.
Here we go to the 9th. Auburn 3, LSU 2. Braswell, Stanfield, and Curiel. And if anyone gets on, Jared Jones. Auburn with 2 in the first and a single run in the second. LSU with its 2 runs in the 8th. It sets up the 9th inning with Dylan Watts trying to close out his second top 25 team this weekend. Top 15 team this week.
Did you give the attendance numbers?
I didn't have them yet.
Okay. 19,119 for the weekend. A new Plainsman Park record, 19,119.
Got a pinch hitter for LSU to open up the 9th inning as Watts stretches and pitches and throws a strike. To Reeves, the starting third baseman. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander Watts. Dylan comes set. Here's the 0-1. Missed a little bit low. Reeves comes into today. Batting .321. 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Couldn't hold up on the fastball at 95 on the outer edge.
He sure couldn't. Up and away. And this is just such an aggressive hitting LSU team. See if he goes right back.
A ball and 2 strikes to Tanner Reeves. Watts comes set and pitches. Ooh, fastball up. 96. 2-2.
That's a hard take there by Reeves.
Watts peers in and gets the sign. The pitch clock is down to 8. Auburn needs to call timeout here. It's down to 3. Here's the pitch. High fly ball into deep right field. Ike Irish reins his back. He has room and makes the catch. 1 out.
It jumped off the bat.
Boy, it did.
Thought it carried a little more than, or was going to carry a little more than it did.
1 down, and here is Chris Stamfield. Had a good weekend for LSU. He is 1 for 3 today, a couple doubles, including a double in the 5th. One out, nobody on. The stretch by Dylan Watson, the pitch to Chris Stamfield. Strike call. Gabar guards the line at third. Outfield straight away. Rest of the infield back. 0-1. Bounced up there. Blocked by Freilich. 1 ball and 1 strike. The top of the order. And Derek Curiel waits on deck. Jared Jones in the hole. 1 out and nobody on for LSU in the 9th. Auburn leads 3-2. Stretch in the 1-1. Chopped foul at the plate by Stamfield. A ball and 2 strikes. Chris batting .327 on the season. 19 runs batted in, does not have a homer. 1-2 pitch from Watts. Here it is. It drops low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chris is the leading hitter by far on this LSU ball club in SEC play. Came in batting .370 in SEC play, and he's 1 for 3 today. Now the 2-2 from Watts to Stamfield. Here it is. Strike 3 call. 2 outs. Fastball in the outside corner. 95. And now Derek Curiel. 1 for 4 today. 4 for 14 in the series. A single back in the 3rd. 2 outs and nobody on for LSU. A right-hander Watts against the left-hander Curiel. Dylan off the stretch in the pitch. Popped him up. Left side. Out of play, I think, near the dugout. Yep. Just beyond the dugout and into the stands. 0-1 to Curiel. Jared Jones in the on-deck circle. Would just as soon that he stays there. 0-1 to Curiel. Two outs and nobody on for LSU in the top half of the 9th. Watts comes set. And the 0-1 bounced up there. A ball and a strike to the left fielder for LSU. Talked about Stamfield being the leading hitter for LSU in SEC play. Curiel is second for LSU. Came in batting .333 in the league. 1 for 4 today. He's lined to right, singled, popped up to second, and grounded to second. Watts comes set. Now the 1-1. Popped him up. Left side of the infield. Fabian settles underneath this one, and Auburn sweeps LSU. Watts sets down LSU in order in the 9th, and the Tigers sweep the Fighting Tigers. Holy cow. Auburn 3, LSU 2. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
The
passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/.
Talk to me, Brad. Talk to me, Brad. Talk to me, Brad.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for the Plains.
Test.
The Auburn University
Sounds good.
Regions
Very
Visa
good.
Debit Card and prepaid Regions Now card. They're a win for your wallet and a big war eagle, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tiger pride? Order your card now at regions.com/go Tigers. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Back to the ballpark for more Auburn baseball.
8-4 Friday night, 4-2 yesterday, and 3-2 today. A series sweep for Auburn. And with the victory, Auburn improves to 26-10 on the season. Now 9-6 in Southeastern Conference play and gets ready to go on the road for 4 straight games at Jacksonville State on Tuesday and then 3 at Texas starting Thursday. The final score today as Auburn sweeps LSU. The Tigers 3, the Fighting Tigers 2. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Check out the new look at auburntigers.com.